Hello, second part of our education for MDC Game Jam. We will continue with our demo game. If you follow first part, you know we create some score system menu, player, prop, and some floor, ground or platform, whatever you like. We use static body, kinematic and rigid body. If you start playing, you can move left, right, you can use infinite jumping. We can change this. You can move this rigid body. You can molest it, of course, but I don't see this as something wise. We can change it also. Score system can be when you jump over a rigid body, or when you move it, or when you collect something. We can work on this also, and I suggest you to make some graphics. So let's work a little bit on graphic. In the beginning we can use some other graphic for a ground, maybe some image like this can be good. We can put this image on static body. If we do this, we will create infinite number, not infinite, we will create some number of static body, and this will become crowded. So I don't suggest you this. We can do it by code. This is very wise, but code is complicated. You will need to read some of my books or to go some course, but it's some middle solution, not so great but not bad. It's called tail map. We will use one tail map here, create it, and for this tail map you need to create tail set. So we will create one new tail set, and we will add this image. I forget how to add it. Oh, I remember. Good. Okay, one single tile. This can be this single tile. Must have a region. And collision. Collision shape. We don't see collision shape. Oh, great. Again, I forget it. Okay, whatever. Tail map. This is tail map. We have a tail map, but I think collision is not set. See, you only add image, simply add image, then single tail. This is the region. Okay, let's try to create it differently. Collision. My goodness, why he don't add collision shape? I don't know. But this is what I'm talking. Tail map, not so great. Let's try again. So adding image. This is image. Let's try single tail. This is only grid. This can be snap to grid. Okay, let's snap to grid. and then you need just to click here on collision shape and create it. Select what type you want and create it. Oh great, thanks God. So if you have problem with this, try a few times, but I think the main thing for creating collision shape is this. Click on collision shape, select what type you want and then use it. If you don't use this, your collision shape can be changed manually, something like this. And now you have tail set with collision. This is important thing. Tail set without collision is only image on a screen, can be used, but. And now let's see how big it is. I think it's too big, so we will scale it a little bit. For example, like this. Okay, this looks good. And now you can put it here. You can find many of interesting images on a net. You can use it. I made this by myself, so if you have any basic knowledge of graphics program, you can create it. Let's test it. Good. The main thing we want is to have a collision shape, so we have collision shape. We solve one problem. Okay, let's continue. Now we can change rigid body, sprite, with one other. We will use this box for fun. You can find many props on net. I also create this alone. And have modulate. I will turn off modulate. Little checking of collision shape. This not need to be great, but let's make it at least good. So I think this is okay. I think this is okay. It's not so great, but not so bad. Okay, we have rigid body sprite. This is simple, just change sprite image. Okay, this is solved also. Because this is a rigid body, I can move it, you know. Okay. Good, let's continue. Now we will work on our player. Player have sprite, and we will use one simple sprite. Player image idle, like this. What we have now, we need a little bit of collision shape setting. I will not do it perfectly, but only good to save some time. We can also do some interesting thing. One digression, simple digression. Write three variables, right, left, up, and this code of input you can write it here just to have our code to be simple for editing and adding. We can do something like this. If right, what can we do? Let's declare our sprite this is our sprite, and we will do something. When you go to right, we will use flip horizontally. Also here we can use flip horizontally, but this will not be great because we need to check side. So this is towards right, and he look towards right, so this can be good, but when you move to right he will flip. So in the left, okay, he can flip in the left, and on the right he don't need to flip. Maybe this can work, let's see. So we have image little, and we don't have flip. I think we don't have flip. I need first to correct size. Size of our sprite need to be a little bit bigger scale. Let's put original size, collision shape changed. Okay. Now we don't have flip, but our character is a little bit higher. Why we don't have flip, I really don't know. Maybe sprite flip horizontally. If you move left, your sprite will flip horizontally. He have options here to flip horizontally. See, he flip. But here and going right we don't need flip. So when we move right, the image is the same and the right. When we move left, we need horizontal flip. So when we move left and game start, sprite flip horizontally, but this is not good syntax. What I do, I don't know. Flip horizontally equal true. Equal true. This is good syntax. As you see here, flip horizontally, you can set it by the flip, or you can use with variable true. You can use also this set flip horizontally and then value setter. This is one syntax for using method. Let's see. Now I think it's okay. Right, left, okay. We have flipping, but we don't have flipping on this side, so we need to set don't flip when you move right. So when you move right, please don't flip. False. Okay, this is right, left, right, left. Okay, this is working. This is working. Okay, good. One other thing you don't see is this color rectangular. This is original background here. This is original background, and I add a colored rectangular with background color, some kind of background color, I don't know which kind, but this kind. When you use this, I don't suggest to use this color rectangular, but if you use it, put it somewhere up from other nodes, because you don't have chance to set Z for layer. You don't have this option for see, Z index. You can set it for this node and for many other nodes, especially bodies. But for color rectangular is not body. You cannot set it. So if you want to use it, put it somewhere up on a nodes level. And now we have background, we have floor, we have a prop, one prop exactly, character, good, some simple menu, super simple menu. Score system we created in a previous lesson. Let's continue working with this score system. Let's continue working. As you remember, we have rigid body and we have one raycast. This raycast will look up. Okay, a little bit higher. Not so higher. Okay, 90 up, enabled, good. And as you know, we can use collision. So somewhere here, if game start, okay, but we don't have this raycast declared. Let's declare it. Let's declare it. This will be raycast 1. One level. One level down. Get part and get node. What we want to do? We want to find the raycast. Where is raycast? Hola, where is Mr. Raycast? Here. Good. Okay, we have raycast. Name is raycast 1 or whatever name you have it. And I think I done it before, but let's done it again. If you have it, just watch. If raycast 1 is colliding, yeah, is colliding means true. What will be something with the score? Yes, something with the score. We have a variable score. Do we have some label for a score? We have label. Label for a score is control. Okay, where is this? Sprite. Strange. Okay, if colliding, score. This is score. Score will be +1. If you collide, score will be +1. How to see this? I think I done it before, but let's do it again. Score is going on because what? Because I don't know. Raycast 2D. This is raycast 2D. And where this? Oh, this raycast start very deep. Now I see. Just for you to see, this is beginning of a raycast. If you put it down there, he will collide with tail map. Tail map have collision shapes, so you can get score for free. Let's do it like this, but maybe later we will have some change. This is okay. Let's start. Let's start our score. Nothing happens with the score. Play game. If we play game, jump over it, nothing happens. Jump over it, nothing happens. But if you are over it like this, you have score 1 2 3 4. So this means if you jump with one jump here, I think jump is too high. Why jump too high? We can check it later. As you see, score is going on. So when you so when you are up of it, we have score. But this is good for a game. So when you jump over something, you can get some points. But you can exploit it maximally. So some change can be done here. Maybe you can maybe you can limit points to get it, or whatever. Some things. Also, if you turn around it, if you somehow turn around this, your array cast will be down and you will get score points. So now we only need to put it on a screen. We will use this label. Let's find this label. Label get parent. We are searching for what? Control label. Yes, good. Control label. So score label, control label. Score is okay. Just we can only change the data for label. Score label dot text this parameter equal what? Equal score plus str for converting from integer, as you know. Score. I think this is good. Adding score, score text, score, blah, blah, blah. Good. So now mainly we done it. Now we have acceptable graphic, not anything great, but we don't have time for great graphic. We have only few days for learning and 7 days for making a game for Game Jam. So I enjoy playing, but okay, good. I think this is good. So let's see what we will do next. I want to show you some images. This images I make it one by one from one list of images. Oh, great. Thank you for I don't know what. What can you do? You can find on net sprites, and with these sprites you can create some animation for your character, so you will not have character on left or right side, but you have something like running. So I have here 3, 9, 10 images created simulate running. But what is important? If you create it but by yourself, every image need to be in some kind of frame. What is happening with this program? So I will try to explain it, but cannot. Okay, I will just tell you because. So you need to create frame, for example 12 by 12, and in this frame you put image. This image can be used, but if you want to create animation, you need a group of images all in the same frame. For example, this image is a frame 12 by 12, this is in a frame 12 by 12, and also all of them. And all images are centralized in a frame and in a same line. They have same line. With this you can create your own character for running, but don't forget, when you create it, you need to create one overframe for all of them. In our case this will be 10 times 12 in width and 12 height, and after that you need to create image in, for example, PNG format without background, transparent image. So I suggest you, if you want to do it, go to internet and get some group of sprites, and if you want to do it on a hard way, I give you some tips about it. Okay, let's go back. Now I will try to explain you how to use animation player. All who attend my grand course, the best course for 2D games, 15 GB size, know this, but for you who don't know, I will try to explain. So animation player, create. With this animation player we can create animations, for example, from images. So 10 or 12 or whatever images can create one animation, and we will use sprite for this. We have this sprite. This is not so easy, but I will try to explain you. We will use this sprite, see, and we will put it here. So the basic things after that is to set properly one frame to be visible. I know that offset for me is 12 by 12 because I make it. So you need to know what offset your animations, sprite animations use. After that, create frames. I don't need to use vertical frames because I have only one line of images. See, only one line. But for horizontal frame I need to use this to create it best possible for one animation to show. I know that horizontal frame for me the grade is by 10. This will not in your case. So whatever animation you use, create a best possible horizontal frame for one image, and after that you can use these frames. So this is frame 0, frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc, etc. Okay, this is basic. This is basic thing. If you set this properly, you will create animation. If this is not properly set, so if you create another, go to another frame and image is blocked or stacked or divided or whatever, you will not create good animation. So for good animation, good first frame, and check this frame to see is it good. After that, add this animation player node and create new animation. We will have running animation. Before that, we can create player idle, so this is easy. Player idle. For player idle animation, we only need one good image. How to do this? When your animation is start, and when you have this track, go to sprite. You will get this little keys. Go to frame 1, just add one key, create it, and if you have this image, it's okay. Your animation can be 1 second or half second or whatever you set, because this is idle animation, and you can start playing it, and you will only get this image. It's simple as it is, but when you create animation for running, a little bit tricky, but we will try to do it. We will need more time, for example 3, 5 or more seconds, and we will add first frame. After that, you need to know where to add next frame. After 0.1 second, 0.2 second, or after 0.5 second. Whatever you do, first and most important thing is to set all images properly, one after another. So we will do this first. First image, frame 1. Frame 2, add. This is second image. See. And just repeat this action for all the frames. Frame 3, frame 4, frame 5, frame 6, etc, etc. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 frames. We need more frames. Let's add it. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. We have this one, or we don't have this one. Properly put frames. This is most important. We have this one. So 8. 8 is different. 7, 8, good. 9 and 10. What is with the 10? No 10. Okay. 8. This is 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Interesting. Why 9? I don't know. Oh, because we don't use this first idle. So good. We can use it. We can use it also. We can use it. So somewhere here will be first frame. Frame 0. Add this frame 0. And now we can create our animation. Okay, Let's see. Look here. This is our animation. I think can be faster. So, and then you need to find how faster this animation will be and create it. This is one way. There is many other solutions. You can even program your animation from GDScript, but it's complicated for now. I think this is good. Now we have animation. This looks easy when I make it. Try to read some of my stuff. Try to find something on a free stuff, or just buy some of my courses. Wait for discount and buy it, and learn this, or find it on net somewhere. This can be useful to create your animations. Okay, this is good. Now we have animation, two animations. We can do something like this. When we move right, we will have one animation played. So let's put it here. I use on already, but you can declare this variable in a part of code when you want to use it. I don't suggest, but you can do it. Animation. Okay, animation. Good. We can copy paste it or write it, whatever. Player, animation player. This is what we need. Okay. Now we have this animation. When you move right, what? Animation with the first low animation dot play what? Dot play running, and when you go to other side you also use running. Let's see, where are we now? Okay, we start game. Great. Oh, very great. I think something, yes, collision shapes must be set. No collision shapes. Let's put it right. So what we have here, this is collision shape, this is animation. Everything must be properly put. So this is sprite. We will put it here. Animation player, don't worry about this. Collision shape, put it right. This can be good. Okay, play. Good. He's running. The man is running. But after a while, see, he stopped running. Why he stopped running? Oh. Okay, he have some interesting code. Running animation player. What we need to set animation player? Animation player 9 seconds, too much. This is only 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds with pause. Let's see now. Running man, He is running a little bit when I stop. We need to correct this. I say we will not work on perfection, but some things what we want to do now to correct this animation. Oh my goodness, what is happening now? La 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 la. Animation player root node. Playback option. Idle. Current animation. This one. I want to see animation player. This happen when you want to do something simple. Oh my god! How does it show now? Okay, I don't time for this mambo jumbo of IDE. What we want to do? We want to put this on the last frame 1.3. Why? Because we want our animation or our runner to stop when we say stop. So he's running, stopping, running. Not bad. Not bad. We can change it also a little bit. This is great. So somehow he don't want to show what we want. Huh. Oh, the great programmers. 1.2. Let's say 1.1 or 1.2. Huh? Who will know? Run and stop, run and stop. We don't have idle. Let's create idle. Let's create idle. So when he use this, we will create one variable. Variable move false, which means he don't move, and then we will say move true and right, left, move true. Okay, so move is false by default when every process starts. When you use right, move is true. When you use left, move is true. Okay. So we can say something like this. If move is false, so if he don't move, animation play idle. Can this work? If move false, animation idle. Idle will be what will be when the game start. Move will be false. This will so he will be idle. Okay, let's see. Game start. He is idle. Where is idle? Idle in crazy. Move, stop, move, stop. So what is idle? Idle is what? Okay, play running. Idle. Idle is this. What change essentially? We will create some other image for idle. Frame 0 looks good, eh? Let's add frame 0. So this will be idle. How this look like this? Okay. Let's see now. He is idle. Okay, running, idle, good. Good. Whenever you run, he is. If you jump or whatever you do. Okay, good. Good. So, of course, you can improve this, but basically you have left, right with flipping, you have running with flipping. This flip is useful. You don't need to create animation for running left or animation for running right. Just use flip, and you can create animation for jumping, some kind of animation for jumping, and when you use jump, this animation can be played. I think this is good for now. We have some playability in this game. What also can be done, we can do something a little bit tricky. We can do, when you jump over obstacle and get point, this obstacle disappear. So we have one obstacle, you jump over it and he disappear. This can be one option. You can also use obstacle maybe for moving, if you want to move something. Okay, this looks good. Let's do it. One of solution what I use is another raycast, but you can use it with collision shape. So if your player collide with this rigid body, because rigid body have his own collision shape, you can use qui free. This is GD script syntax for freeing a qui or deleting a node. But I will use another raycast because we want this object to move. You can move it, and only when you exploit jumping over it, then he can vanish. So let's add another raycast. This will be raycast 2D2. And let's set it minus what? Okay. Like this. Maybe like this. Okay, minus 21. This means if you collide with this rigid body, what is happening? This rigid body can disappear, but if this rigid body disappear, you will have lots of problems with all of declaration in a game. Okay, I'll show you what I do in this in situation like this. So raycast is colliding. Okay, first we will test, is this raycast first we will test is body for this raycast exists. So we need rigid body. Okay, on ready variable rigid. This will not be easy, but try to follow me. What do you want to do now? Okay. Okay, we have path for rigid body. We have path for rigid body, we have node for rigid body. If has node interesting. S has node. We need to put path here. Okay, who has node? If this will be a little tricky. Returns true if the node that the node paths points exist. Returns true if the node that the node path points to exist. So node path needs to point to some node. Okay, points to rigid body. Let's see this. Let's see. Path is not declared. Path. Who say path is not declared? Rigid path. Okay. R. Rigid path. Okay. Print exists. Let's see, is this working? So we want to see if this node exists in a game. Exists. So node exists. What node exists? Rigid body node. So I say rigid body, get path of the rigid body, and then just ask, is this node exist? So has node, rigid body. Okay. If this is true, and this is true, we will say this about raycast. So you get score only if this node exists. But what will be if you collide with other raycast? I will show you how to call node in a script, but as I say, I don't suggest to use it. Use already. Instead, this is better. Okay, get node, get parent. Mainly, it's all simple. What we want to find now? We want to find the other raycast. This raycast. Great. Okay, raycast 2. This is the way. If this is the way, let's put it to stay like this. Okay. Good. Now we'll say if raycast 2 have colliding. If this have colliding, we will say rigid means rigid body dot query. Now what we will have if collision with I need to say, is this working? Okay, we have collision, nothing happened. Good. Ooh, without problems. Okay, I think I solve you some of common problem, because whenever you use query, you have code problems. So if you don't use this has node, and use key-free all of these variables and raycast colliding will bug you up or down. So just use this has node and rigid body path. If you don't know how to do it, just retype it and you will do it. Okay, we solve one of the problem. This can be also used if you want to pick some item. So when you pick item, you can use key-free and item disappear. So for example, if I have collision with this object, just use key-free and object will vanish, and you can add a score to something. So now our game looks a little bit better, and if you are too close, object will vanish. I think this is good for now. With this you have some ideas. Of course, you can easily create some platforms for jumping, moving, jumping over obstacles and whatever. So I suggest to you, for next time, use this tail map to create some platforms which on you can jump or over jump from one to another. Create some platforms for game. Also you can create some props. With a key-free you can get these props and get some points. And if you have time, you can work on some graphic. For example, as I tell you before, you can put some Z and you can put some graphics to your score. So this is how our score look like. You can work on this, change it or whatever, so you can create some background for a score. Okay, thank you for watching. This is all for now. I wish you luck in this game jam. Prices are not so important, but you will get some prices in this game jam. Some are very expensive. This is I will not reveal everything, but first 9 of project submitters will get a lot of interesting stuff. Okay, this will be reward for your efforts in game creation. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in game jam. Starts in a day or 2, and you have 7 days to create it, and after that 7 days playing and voting. Goodbye, have a good day.